Is it possible to show self-control all the time? All by yourself? Let's find out. Do you know what's really fun? Paper airplanes! Paper airplanes are so great for many reasons. First of all, they're made out of paper. Secondly, once you know how to fold the paper to make a paper airplane, you're good to go. You can make as many paper airplanes as you want, as long as you have the paper, that is. The other cool thing about a paper airplane is that you can make all different kinds in all different sizes. They are so different, but they're so cool, and they're all still paper airplanes. Now you're gonna be my target. I'm gonna throw the airplanes towards you, and I'm gonna try to make each paper airplane hit my target every single time. You ready? Oops. Not working so well. That was really hard. I could spend all day throwing paper airplanes, and there's no way that they would hit my target every time. It's kind of getting frustrating. Do you ever get frustrated when you're trying to show self-control and it seems like no matter how much you try, you still mess up? Maybe things aren't going so well some days, like you get up and things start out super well. Like you make your bed right away, you have a good breakfast instead of a sugary one, you pick up your things when you're finished with them, you listen to your friends, and you don't talk over them, and then all of a sudden, boom. Something happens and you're no longer showing self-control. Maybe someone makes you mad and you decide to snap at them out of anger. Maybe you know it's not a good time to eat a piece of candy, but you go ahead and do it anyways. Or you know you're just supposed to spend a half hour on a video game, but you really want to finish a level, so you keep playing it. Or maybe you stay up longer than you're allowed. You see, God wants us to have self-control, but if we try to do it by ourselves, we will fail. Anything done without God's power is a failure because we aren't depending on Him. Galatians 3:3 says, "Are you so foolish, having begun in the Spirit and now being made perfect by the flesh?" When we become God's children, the Spirit of God lives in us. He is now a part of us, and we would be foolish to continue trying to show self-control by ourselves. Instead, true success is walking in the Spirit. We learn about this in 1 Corinthians 15:10. The Apostle Paul, who wrote 1 Corinthians, says, "But by the grace of God, I am what I am, and His grace towards me was not in vain, but I labored more abundantly than they all. Yet not I, but the grace of God which was with me." Paul was saying that he was a person he was because of God's grace. He also says that he was able to accomplish those things because of God's grace. Because God is righteous, He will always choose to do what is right. Because God never changes, His will always be right. Because God cannot lie, we can always stand on what is true. Because God is wise, He will always make the right decisions. When you show self-control in a situation, take a moment to thank God for His grace and power to do what is right. And remember, when God is in control, He never misses a target.